I do want to thank you all for being here. I know it's special to the Ammons family, and it's very special to the Meredith College family. So thank you for being with us. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Jo Ellen Williams, class of 1957, grew up in Monroe, North Carolina, and was part of a Meredith family, including those who came before her, her aunt, Sally Williams Falk, class of 1928, and those who came after her. Her sister, Marilyn Williams Barnhill, class of 59, who's also with us today, and eventually her daughter, Alma Hoffman, Master of Education in class of 1989. Just as she was active throughout her student days here, she was an actively engaged alumna as well. Judd, to you and your family, we thank you so much for the gift to honor Jo Ellen and to renovate Johnson Hall. There could be no more appropriate tribute to her than to create the Jo Ellen Ammons Welcome Center here at Meredith, especially since, as her senior yearbook notes, she was voted by her classmates as friendliest among them. This center makes Meredith friendlier, organizing all student enrollment services on the first floor, resulting in a welcoming student and parent-friendly operation that is equally warm and friendly to guests of the college. We have truly top to bottom, inside to outside, and all around enhanced this iconic building.
I think it's interesting when you look around Meredith, everywhere says Beyond Strong, and that just so epitomizes my mom. She was the epitome of Meredith Strong. All through being married to my dad, raising the 4 of us, starting a business through the ups and downs, even through cancer, through everything. She was just the epitome of Beyond Strong, so I just think that's a lovely thing that it ties in with her. Meredith has just always been a part of our family. I want to say that my mom loved Meredith College, but that just seems not descriptive enough. Instead of loved, I found 3 words that I think would mean a lot to my mom. The first one is treasured. My mom really treasured Meredith College. She treasured all of her friends here. Another better verb to me is respected. She really respected everyone that was here. The third word is devoted. And if you go to my parents' house right now, everywhere are mugs of Meredith College or plaques of Meredith College or plates that say Meredith College, or ashtrays that say Meredith College. And a lot of those were gifts given to her when she was a trustee and alumni, everything she did, but also things she just loved to buy. And every time she'd come over here with me, we'd go to the bookstore and we'd buy something else that said Meredith. So she had Meredith stuff everywhere. After my mom died, we wanted something here to have my mom's name on it, even though we think she probably would hate that. We don't care. She just spent too much time here. She just loved this place. So I met with Jo Allen and with Lenny Barton, and we talked about lots of different options, and none of them sounded just right until they were talking about having a welcome center. And I've been taking all my children visiting colleges, and when you go visit a college, the first thing you do when you're the kid is you go in the visitor center and look around. And this place was very pretty to begin with, but it was a little disjointed, and girls would come in that door and they had to come up here to see someone, then go over there for financial aid. And when I think of my mom, 3 words come to mind: generosity, friendliness, and welcoming. And the building didn't quite have that at the time. So we thought, if we could redo this and make the first place that girls come to and their families come to just scream welcome to Meredith, it just seemed like the perfect way to honor my mom. The other reason it was very important, and this was kind of like a ding moment, my parents met at this building. And the story goes that my dad was at his dorm down the street at NC State, and he heard a guy down the hall slamming down the phone and cussing every time he slammed down the phone. So my dad walked down there and said, "Man, what's wrong with you?" And he said, "I've been trying to get this girl down at Meredith to go out with me, and she won't go out with me." And Daddy said, "I bet I can get her to go out with me." And he said, and his friend said, "No, you can't." And so my dad, of course, said, "I'll bet you $10 I can." So he called, and when he talked to her on the phone, she sounded kind of sad. And he thought, well, oh well, at least she said, he said, "Will you go out with me?" And she said, "If you can be here in 15 minutes, I'll go out with you." So he borrowed a friend's car, he raced down Hillsborough Street, and he pulled up in front of Johnson Hall. And before they had hung up the phone, my mom had said, now look, I think I know what you look like, and you think you know what I look like, but just in case, I'm gonna be wearing a yellow sweater. So the first time my mom and dad officially met, he pulled up in front of Johnson Hall, she came out and came down the steps in a yellow sweater, and that's when they went on their first date. So that's a good story, isn't it? Maybe you almost need to hang a yellow sweater in here. That's just a good story. We do want to thank you all for coming, and know that we just want this to be a happy place for people to come. We want it to be warm and inviting, and I thank Jeff, who's done all the work here. Does everybody know Jeff down there? It's not easy restoring a historic building. And I think Joe Allen was very nice, but they were still having offices in here when Jeff had scaffolding in here and dirt flying everywhere. It was not an easy process for anybody. So Jeff and Jordan did all the hard work here. So our family thanks him. We thank everybody for this whole thing. And we thank my dad and my mom, who together worked to make the money to be able to do this. So thank you all for coming.